Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 65, Sticks Gaming Podcast. I am Myke Cornett. To my right, Myke Steak Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left, Art Munchkin Rosian.
I'm Munchkin. You're Munchkin.
You're Munchkin. This podcast runs on Duncan today because we're recording very early Saturday morning. Woo! Because it's when we could. So
That's
here we are.
Yes, there's no whiskey in this cup, unfortunately, like usual.
There could be.
It's not night, and we're not at the cabin. Yeah. So there's no booze in the coffee here.
Hard to justify it.
Well, thanks for joining us, guys. We have a news-filled show, so I think we're just going to be doing just the news today because we got so much going on. Plus, the round of hate I think went up a notch for my gift to you, and I'm going to see if I can take it to another level.
Oh man!
Afterwards.
I didn't think about that.
Oh, yeah.
Giving it to me now, so I didn't think about that last time.
It went up a notch after the stealth MOBA.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So good job, all. Good job, everybody. Y'all doing great.
Yay! We sometimes hate each other.
Y'all are real good at being assholes.
It's just so easy sometimes.
It's okay, Art. You just wait.
Yeah.
You just wait.
Don't be smiling over there. You don't even know. You don't even know.
You wait till next time.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, we got a lot to go over here. So, Steak, what you playing?
All right.
I have a list of MOBAs I can give you.
No.
I won't even be subtle about it. No more sneaky.
Here's another MOBA.
No, the round of hate is over after this.
Yeah.
We should do the round of love.
Make up for it.
Yeah, it's like all the games. Yes. Here's all our favorite games. Just play them again.
Okay. Not a whole lot.
Buying a Lexus? What are you doing over there?
Yep.
I'm buying a fucking Lexus, okay?
Nice.
I got things to do. This podcast taking off. Buying a Lexus.
Nice. So I've dived a little bit more into Dragon Quest XI. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. More Dragon Quest. It's great. Hopefully to get back into that a little bit more this week. So then after we talked, I traded in like everything that I had.
Yeah.
My Switch is my only handheld now.
Me too.
So
yeah. Funny story. Art texts us like, "Hey, just so you guys heads up, GameStop's doing an extra 25%." And so he's like, "Yeah, I know. I did it a couple days ago." I'm like, "So did I." we all traded our Vitas in within like a 12-hour window.
Well, I also went back and traded my 3DS as well.
Oh, really? You did?
I was thinking about it. I was playing Dragon Quest VIII on there, and after that, I looked at my games I had. I looked at what was coming out, and I'm just like, I might as well do this now when I can get max value for
Absolutely.
it. Like, I'm like, you know what? Dragon Quest VIII, I can get it on I have a PS2 here. I can it was 30 hours in, but I can grab it on PS2 and play.
What's 30 hours? You have plenty of time.
And nowadays, that's not too bad for me. Like, that's nothing, honestly. So I traded everything in. All my games through January are paid for.
Good for you.
That's all I did. I put.
What does that include?
So that is going to be, let's see here, Diablo 3 for the Switch.
Okay.
Let's see if I gotta try to remember which ones I did. It helped paid off another game that I'll talk about in just a second here. Animusha.
Nice.
Comes
out in January. Everyone buy it. $20.
January, yep.
Help a brother out.
Tales of Vesperia.
Okay.
Which is also January, the remake. Decided to finally go with the Switch version for that.
Okay.
Since I'm like, no, that's like a action RPGs, and again, I'll get to something else. That's like perfect on the Switch, so I'm gonna go with the Switch. And then Resident Evil 2.
Nice.
So the next game I have
So it's not through January. It paid up for all my January games.
Well, yeah, because for me, there's nothing really else coming out this year.
I was just gonna say that,
because early November 2nd is Diablo, and then after that, for me, there's nothing in November as of right now that I can think of that I want.
I'm trying to not get excited about Red Dead because everyone in the world's talking about it right now because they played it now.
I never played the first one. So
I never played the first one, but everything I've seen screenshot wise, the second one looks gorgeous.
It does. It looks
and it
awesome.
looks fun. Like it does. And it's like if it was like just add 100 years to this, basically making a GTA, I guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I'm trying not to get pumped up for it because I know like the whole first one didn't hook me.
Well, same right, and I rebought it for that recently game of the year,
Yeah.
and I played it for like an hour and a half, and I'm like, okay, this is okay. I'm like, I'll get back to this. I haven't gotten back to that, and that was earlier this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like I don't know. I just don't think Red Dead's going to be for me. I'm trying to resist that.
I think I'm gonna wait see if it goes on sale like after Christmas. If I can get it for lower than 60, maybe I'll do it.
Maybe you will. I don't know. It's look at GTA. It took forever for GTA to
Well,
go
it took
on
like
sale.
Red Dead to be like out almost.
Yeah,
for it to go on
for it
sale.
to drop below 30.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So So seeing as the Switch is my handheld system only now, so I did spend some of that credit to get Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. So I originally had it on on Vita a while ago. I've only played a little bit because when they announced the Switch version, I'm like, oh, perfect, I'll get it for Switch. And I hauled out. I just never got around to it, and then I was like, you know what? No, I'm getting rid of all my handheld stuff. I'm getting that handheld game back. Let's get it. I am now like 13 hours in, like playing the fuck out of it. It's really good, and it's the nice thing about it too. Since I have played it on Vita and I played the demo for it on PS4, it's in between. So it's better than the Vita version in terms of the way it looks and runs, but it's obviously not the 60 frames that you get from the PS4. But it's a solid 30, like for the most part. There's times where it does stutter a bit, but it looks a lot better than the Vita version did.
Okay.
So. And it's nice because I've actually done both. I've been playing on handheld and on the TV, so it's been nice to have.
Nice.
Like, and that was always my thing. It's like, oh, I can do it on both, so that's perfect. So then the other game that I paid off with some of that credit was Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise. Yeah. So this is from the Yakuza team. It's based off an anime from the 80s. It's super crazy and insane and awesome. It's so much freaking fun. The menu system and everything is very Yakuza, like Yakuza Kiwami. So it's very, it's like it uses the Zero Kiwami engine.
Okay.
So not the newest one, but the one before that. So also too, like I've always heard great things about the anime. So I'm like, you know what? If you sign up for you can sign up for free for Crunchyroll, and you got to watch ads, but you can watch anything on there like for free. So I was like, oh well, they got some episodes on here, or they got the whole series. I mean, on there. So I was like, okay, well let me start. So I at least watched the first like 2 or 3 episodes before they play in the game, and like stuff from the game straight from the anime. Like I was like, that's all. I'm like, okay, I guess you can feel better that I watched some of this. Yeah, right. Now I understand some of this right off the bat. Like, oh shit, this is cool. This is straight from the anime, pretty much, which is really really cool.
Yeah, cool.
But oh my god, it's so much fun. It looks great. It's so cool. And like Yakuza team just kills it again. Like anything these guys come out with, I'm buying. Like I can tell you.
So you're there at that point.
This is one of those companies where you're coming out with something I've never heard of. Like Fist of the North Star, I've never heard of this anime before. And then I started to do some research. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy this game because this game looks awesome. And then I checked out the anime, and that was cool too.
Very good.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Arts.
Yo.
Which playing?
Rainbow Six.
Yes.
Madden.
No.
Damn
it. Spider-Man.
Finished Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Platinum Spider-Man.
Did you watch?
Platinum.
Good for you. Do you watch a spoiler cast?
I watched the parts that I was not here for.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you for your viewership.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, someone's gonna get that view count up. So, yeah, storyline wise, I agree with a lot of what you guys said. I'm not gonna get into it here in case we had a dedicated spoiler part. Go watch the spoiler part.
Yeah.
You know. Couple takeaways. The platinum stuff. Very, very grindy.
Yeah.
Very,
especially at the end.
The last thing I had was 100%ing all the districts.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And the last thing I had in all the districts was completing the faction crimes.
Yep.
Which is what we talked about.
That was
what
the worst.
The motherfuck. You couldn't just give me a flat number of crimes. I would go stand on a building until a Sable crime would pop up to go do it.
Yep.
And I spent... thankfully, I was out from work sick, so I had time to do this shit. Otherwise, I might not have platinum the game. But yeah, the faction crimes, I wish maybe they would have handled a little bit differently. Like, hey, maybe you have to do 15 general faction crimes in each section, not 5 for each different enemy faction in each section.
Yeah. That would have been more interesting too, I think, if you didn't know what you were getting into, and because the police call comes in, they're like, hey, on whatever and whatever, there's a crime going in, and you don't know what faction you're going into. It could be like the normal basic thugs, or it could be like the high-end Sable guys. Right. That might have been interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, that would have been a good way to handle it.
And the other takeaway I have from that game is, towards the end, Mary Jane's kind of a bitch. This fucking dumpling thing. She won't let these burnt dumplings go. The guy tries cooking for her once. He burns some dumplings, and he has to hear about it for the 30 fucking hours of this game.
So, before we started recording, I talked about like a story about I was watching a podcast with Brian Intihar, the creative director of Spider-Man. And he talked about doing a Seinfeld inside joke on that thing. The dumpling joke is actually a joke with the developers, because I guess originally they had a mission in there where they were stopping Mr. Negative at like some dumpling house, and it was just like atrocious and terrible, so they cut it. So like the dumplings became like analogous to like a bad thing that happened in the past. So they actually forced it into the story. I guess that's where the dumpling joke came from.
That's kind of cool.
So
yeah, that's kind of neat.
She's still a jerk for like keeping bringing it up to her.
Yeah.
So, but
He tried making her a meal. He screwed it up. Let it go, lady. Jesus. You want to be single your whole life? Keep that up. Yeah, past that, the normal Rainbow Six. Last night before I went to bed, I downloaded previously, but I turned on and played for, I don't know, 20 minutes. Forza Horizon 4.
okay.
Like, I literally just got through, like, the intro scene.
Last night, I did the same thing at like 2:30 in the morning before I went to bed.
So, I mean,
I forgot to mention
I
that.
didn't really, I wouldn't say I really played the game, but I can tell you it's a gorgeous game, which, that's kind of expected from Forza games at this point.
Yeah.
From AAA racing games, period. Like,
Well, yeah, pretty much. Any of them should look gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've played. I don't think so.
Just to pick on that really quick. So like the first terrible.
Yeah, I suck at
goes,
racing
that
games.
intro. So it goes through all 4 seasons because it wants to show off.
yeah,
all
right.
4
That's like the big
which
thing
is,
of this.
Yeah,
game.
which is awesome. So autumn, normal
Yeah.
road. Then you go into winter. You're driving a truck on ice and snow. I'm all over the frickin' place.
I'm from Chicago. I'm good.
Yeah. And then
into the skid.
Yeah. And then you go into spring in the it's like then you're in the rally car in the mud, and that oh my god, I had no control of that. And then you finish in summer when you get to like the
kicker
main
with
hub
the
area.
spring rally car thing is, I think you're supposed to be doing like a stunt, not even a race, just like a stunt drive,
Right.
With these motorcycles flying around
Yeah.
all around you that are
Yeah.
with you. It's kind of distracting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I racing these guys? Should I hit them? Should I kill them?
If I play Motorstorm,
Should
Yeah.
I ride him into a tree? What am I doing here? And then eventually it's like, oh, the other 3 are out. I'll go with you. Let's hit this jump. But I mean, I'll play more of it.
I will too.
It's one of those things
gorgeous.
like, by the time I finished that part of it, it was like 1:45 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I gotta be up before 7.
I was like,
That's all I got.
I'm gonna try to remember all the stuff I played. So, I bought Undertale for the Switch. I'm about an hour into it, and Undertale is like an RPG, but you can fight because you have random occurrences like you do on any other like roguelike RPG where like you start into a fight, so you can fight them or you can talk your way out of it too, and you basically get to a way where if you let's say like I think it's called action. So I do an action and it says like cheer, joke, laugh, like and that's for a specific type of enemy that you're fighting. So you gotta like do those in a certain order or in a certain time to get them basically get their guard down. So you can I think they call spare them.
Okay.
So you spare them so you don't fight them, but you also defeat them because the fight's over.
Right.
So and the way like I said, the way the turns go are like you pick either fight, action, item, or try to flee or spare. So you can flee them. I have not had an unsuccessful flee either. So
Okay.
like I think that you can constantly avoid fighting pretty much everybody in this game. But the way their attacks go is like you have a heart in a box that changes sizes depending on the size of the enemy's attack. And the heart, there's a heart in the box that you're controlling and moving away from like it's almost like a bullet hell type of thing that happens. Like your heart is avoiding getting hit. So like it's different. It's interesting. I'm only an hour in, and I know from my understanding it gets more interesting as you go along.
Okay.
But already I'm kind of getting some like I did one thing I already regret. And he always said like this is gonna come up later that this choice you can't go back on. I'm like oh god.
Nice.
So what did I
Clementine,
do?
remember
Yeah.
So it sounds like a possible like replay value to this.
I think it's
because
meant
of
to be
that?
played multiple times.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think like when you play through the second time, I think things stay or change.
Okay.
So I'm just starting into that because so many
Yeah.
people talk about it.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I want to give it a whirl. I jumped back into Spider-Man for no reason. I had 20 minutes to kill, and I just wanted to swing around. I did that.
Yeah, so when you guys were playing Spider-Man, when you're wrapping everything up at the end, in the end game, not the end game, but for the platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The secret photo locations. Did you
Yeah.
guys do all those?
No.
Okay.
God, no.
No.
Once the achievement popped up to where I didn't need to do that, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not doing it.
They're not great either because I did a couple of them just curious what they
yeah.
were. They're like landmarks, but they don't even name them. Like when
Right.
it's like when you take a picture of it, there's no like when you were doing that on the other like the original ones you're taking pictures
On the landmarks?
Yeah.
the
right,
landmarks
right.
like there would be like here's a quip about whatever it is.
Right.
There's no quip.
Okay.
There's just you take
It's
a
just-
picture
there it
and
is.
blink, and then you go
okay.
on.
Because I know there's another suit you get for completing them all, but again, you didn't need that for the trophies. So I was
Right.
like, well, screw it.
Well, it's
I
not
ain't doing that.
whatever it is. It must pop up like in the menu like after you do that because there's not even a spot for it on the suit screen. One of the two other things I want to say about Spider-Man. One, I thought it was cool how they kind of worked in a couple things with like the rest of the Marvel universe.
Oh yeah.
Like they have Avengers Tower in there, and that's one of the trophies is take a picture on top of Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
But also, one of the landmarks I think is like it has something to do with Black Panther.
Oh, it's the Wakandan embassy.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Stephen Strange, his in New York and everything. So it's nice. They had that connection. I love how they did that kind of stuff.
And then there was on Amazon the other day they had a sale on something, and it's like I bought the book that's supposed to be like the prequel to the game. Since I'm so fucking lost and everything going on.
Spider-Geddon or whatever I think it's called.
No, they have an actual dedicated book.
It's called
prequel book for this game.
Hostile Takeover.
Okay.
It was like $7 on Amazon. I'm like,
nice.
Fuck it. Maybe I'm not a comic book guy, but I'll try to read it. Maybe I don't know. I have school going on. If I don't read it, it's $7.
Yeah, right.
Nice. Yeah, because there's a comic series going on now though. I think called Spider-Geddon.
Oh, yeah, he's in it.
He is like the main. Like, so it's like continuing. Like
cool.
now he's in his own comic universe, and then I think they're gonna spread it out. Because I don't know if you saw. Did you guys see the trailer? That new trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Oh,
which looks awesome.
First of all, that looks awesome. But in the background, when they're showing all the suits in the background, the white PS4 one is in the background.
That's really cool.
So this is a legit, like, they're saying this is a part. This is
one of the universes.
This is a new Spider-Man universe that is a part of the whole Marvel universe, which is awesome.
I'm super in.
Last Spider-Man thing is I'm still holding on to that game. Hear what the DLC is. Eventually I'm going to trade it in because it's a linear story, but I didn't buy the season pass. I want to hear what the DLC is before I consider buying it. I mean, I've overview of what it is, but I'll wait for reviews on it before I decide if I'm going to shell out the money for that or not.
October 23rd.
I already bought it.
October 23rd, I'll be downloading Black Cat and playing the hell out of it.
It's one of those things. It's the problem I have with expansion packs or DLCs for pretty much every game. It's that by the time they come out, I'm done. And that's by the time that comes out, I'll have not played it for a month.
I agree with you because that's how I was with like South Park. South Park was a perfect example. I beat the hell out of it the first week, and then I didn't want to. I was like, well, they're coming out with all this DLC. The difference is though that they never had a date or anything. No one knew when that was coming out, and that didn't come out for like 2 months after the fact. Right. Where this, at least we knew October 23rd.
Oh yeah,
that's it's coming.
They've said we have three DLCs, and you do October, November, December. So I mean, the fact October's not super far away. It's 2 fucking weeks at this point. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I have no problem waiting until it comes out to read reviews on it and see if it's if it's worth the money. But yeah, it's one of those things with they always talk about how companies do DLC because they have to make the money.
Right.
I almost wish that they would sit there and like just sell. Let me pay whatever the full price is for that the season pass and everything, and give me all that shit now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let me play it all now, and you could still do a wave of releases for whoever wants to buy the DLC.
Yeah, I don't know if there's I don't know. I know there's a good answer for that, because like some people can be like, I like prolonging my experience, or like if you do that, then there's too much to do in the game, or I don't know. I think it's a matter of preference for everybody going forward. But I do.
Well, then you're gonna get the people who are gonna be like, oh, well, why isn't it just included in the game to begin with? Then, like
there's
like,
more money.
If you
like,
get
why
it
is
all
there
right
more money?
right.
Why is this just regular game? Anyway.
But no, but I agree because if I had all that stuff up front, like right away, I'd be more inclined usually to play it more. But Spider-Man was so good that like I
jumped back in and didn't do anything. I literally didn't do anything. I just swung around for 20 minutes doing.
Not only that, if there was all the DLC stuff, the platinum wouldn't have been as grindy because I could sit there and do crimes as I'm on my way to a mission.
That's true. That's a good point. No, that's a good point.
What else am I playing?
Yeah, sorry.
You're fine.
Sorry, not sorry. Just go fuck
It's a good conversation.
It's okay. We don't got much today, so.
No, what was the other? It was one other bit. Oh, I played.
You got me for an hour and 15 minutes, you guys.
Yeah.
I played Guacamelee 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's more Guacamelee, which is fine.
Yeah.
It is similar. I mean, the gameplay is very identical to the original, but this one you can definitely tell like they've learned everything that they learned from Guacamelee 1, and then the re-release, the Super Turbo Championship Edition.
Right.
And then, like, they have taken, like, fighting and the platforming to a whole new level.
Okay.
Like, there's sometimes I'm just like, what am I, how do I get over there? Like, I have no idea how I'm going to get over there. And you get the mix, it's a mix of, double jumping and dashing in the air and changing dimensions because like some walls are in one dimension but not the other dimension, so you gotta like go back and forth and but I had to unlock this thing to push it going forward, push wind going this way. But when I go this way in the dimension, when I switch dimensions, the wind's going the other way. So it was like,
wow,
whoa,
okay.
what am I doing here? But when you finish it, like when you get through it, like it's one of those things where like, I am awesome. I am awesome at this game right now. And they even extended the platforming like excellence to when you're a chicken. I don't know if you ever played the first game.
Yep.
You can transform into a chicken. There's a lot more chicken in this game.
Okay.
I played it until colors got involved.
Okay. No, that's early in this game. I'm sorry, but they have you can transform into a chicken to get into smaller places, but you can fight now as a chicken much more efficiently. They have like you did like the super moves like with Circle, like do like the big uppercut or big dash.
Yeah.
They have those with the chicken, and
Awesome.
so they have specific chicken moves for traversal now. And it's just, I know, which is the craziest sentence I've ever said.
That's so awesome.
But it's really good. And then, so, like, I had something where, like, you get through those things, and it's like you're flying through the level, and it's like, man, this is so much fun. And it's like, when you do die, like, they get you right back in the game real quick. They took a lot of the traversal I liked from Ori and the Blind Forest and added into this. So it's just like, you got to really think about your move set, when to do them, and then you need to, like, execute like almost perfectly to get to where you're going, like Ori was.
Nice.
Which means I am dying more in this version than the last version.
Sure.
But like I said, you're right back into it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not that big of a deterrent for me.
Nice.
And it's hilarious. Like they jump in. The whole story of this one is you're the last wand alive, of all the wands of the Mexiverse.
No.
There's a whole. You have all these different versions of their world, and like the very first one, like they're trying to get you into the one like that needs saving. Like they're like the Limbo Mexiverse, which it looks just like Limbo, like the game. And there's like there's so many video game references in this one on top of the pop culture references and everything else like in the background. I went to a piñata store and they had a piñata Unikitty from the Lego Movie and a piñata Tom Servo from Mystery Science Theater. Like,
that's awesome.
So like they're going really deep on those things as well. But like, man, it is a blast to play. Like, it is so much fun. I've probably put about 2-ish hours in. I've also playing with both the kids because you can play with 4 multiplayer in this one. So I'm playing with both the kids.
Sure, it's madness.
It's bonkers, man. And like when you get in, like,
is it more you fighting just 3 times the enemies?
No, it's so the way that ends up working is like me and Amelia go back and forth trying to do like the platforming because you can get put people like in the Super Mario Brothers. A new Super Mario Brothers world, you can go into the bubbles. Okay. So if you go in the bubbles, so like one person can get to the traversal, then everyone just bubbles over to where they got finished and do there. So me and Amelia go back and forth trying to complete it. So like she can't get through some of them. So I said that's tough. So she can get through some of them. And then all 3 of us do the fighting. So like all 3 of us are involved with the fighting. Me and Amelia try to do the traversal on the harder stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean it's a blast. I'm absolutely loving my time with it, and I can't wait to get back into more of it. Nice. Last but not least, I played all the way through a game called Observer. I think I may have talked about it before on the podcast a little bit.
I saw you on it. I wasn't sure what that was.
So Observer, what's Observer? It is a psychological horror walking sim. You play as an observer. It's an actual actor. It's one of the guys. I don't know the guy's name, but he was in the original Blade Runner. He was I forget his name, but he was in Blade Runner.
He was the Blade Runner.
Was he?
I don't know.
I think he was. No, that was Harrison Ford. The other guy.
So not Harrison Ford.
Not Harrison Ford. It's the other guy. The other guy from Blade Runner. You're playing as an observer, and what they're basically detectives, but they have this is like far-flung future, super cyberpunk dystopia type of a thing.
Sequel of Blade Runner, got it.
Yep.
So you have this thing. You have this way that you can, if someone has a neural implant, like a mind implant, you can jack into their mind and basically look at their thoughts, but you also like going into like their nightmares and things like that. That's where the psychological horror piece goes into it.
Future's fucking creepy.
And then so you do those things, and it like when you get into like when you're doing the mind jack piece of it, it is the most like I've never seen like an epilepsy warning more warranted than on before this game, because it's like it's like headache inducing like visuals, like and but they also use them in like a puzzly way, where one of the mechanics in the game is you have an eye implant, and you can scan your surroundings. You need to scan them for electronical equipment. So like if you're in an area and I'm supposed to find like a key card, I scan the electrical equipment and it comes up with a key card. Okay. They also have one that shows like biomaterial, so like blood and things like that. So there was one where it was like a forest. Like I went to this guy's mine. I was in a forest. I was just like, okay, well, I'm walking and nothing's happening. I'm looking around, I see nothing, and then I scan the area, and when the scan's like, it literally does like a pulse, like boom, and so you can see the area. But so when I did that, it showed like an underlying world that I was in that I didn't know I was there. So I had to like wait for the boom, and I can move like a little bit, and boom, I can move a little bit. So like they do really cool things like that. But at one point you break your protocol because I guess there's like a policeman, so he has like rules and guidelines and things like that he's supposed to do. I end up jacking into a dead person or something you're not supposed to do, and that starts messing with my brain. So like there's like things that happen in the mirror in the nightmare world that are like keys. Like the main key is like I saw like a floating piece of furniture, and I walk over to it and like it exploded, like just completely exploded in the nightmare world. Then after I jacked into the dead person, that starts like seeping into the real world. So now am I still in the dream? It's like Inception type stuff. Am I still in the dream? Am I not? And he kind of like the main character kind of wrestles with a little bit of that while he's basically trying to find his son. That's why you end up in this high rise. That's where the whole game takes place, is in this high rise. And it's just like total dystopia, weird, like every inch of that game is just icky in some way, shape, or form. Where either like it's like actually gross, like Silent Hillian type of grossness, or it's just like like this guy is like I knock on a door and a video screen pops up, and I talk to a guy who's been in virtual reality so long he thinks that this reality is like a trap type of thing. So like, it's like weird interactions like that. Overall, like story wise, it was interesting. The way to go through was interesting. Game wise, it was a little hitchy when you go in between like floors of the high rise. That's like where the loading thing happened. And you can tell like the game slows to a damn near stop when you're going up the stairs. And the voice acting is really bad, really bad, and like the main character's an actor, right? So you think he was the worst one of everybody. He was by far the worst one, and like some of the interactions you would have with the people in the apartments would be better. Some of them would be better than others, but like, no, you're talking and you're having like this moment with, like you said, you're talking to your son, and he tells you something, and he just goes, well, not fucking doing that. And I'm not even like, but you're having like a moment with like, you're like, this is like an emotional type thing, and you're just like, well, I'm not fucking doing that. And I'm like, wow, this is bad. So it's really, really bad. But like the rest of the game does kind of overcome it, I think. That's definitely a bargain buy.
Oh, sure.
But like I said, like the horror stuff is legit. Like nice. It was. I was exhausted when I was like Resident Evil 7. Like I was exhausted when I was done playing the game, because like it really took like getting through those nightmare sequences. Really did take some real like thought to get through it while you're just being assaulted like constantly, like in the like the headphone. I did like the headphone like maneuverability type stuff, and like just the visuals are just like, there's one. I'm in an office building, and every surface was either a mirror or like a window into like another office. So it was just like, I have no idea what direction. I don't know if I'm pointing up, pointing down, left or right. At one point, the game broke and I fell through the floor during a nightmare sequence. I'm like,
God.
Is this part of the game?
Yeah, supposed to happen?
10 minutes. Because I could see like a dot in the distance, right? I could see a little like flickering light of the world falling away from me. And I can see my guy going like this. Because you can look down and you can see your body, and he's just like flailing. I'm like, okay, well, they have an animation for it, so maybe it's fine. And I was like, okay, this is taking way too long. Something has to be wrong here. I can't be messing up this bad. So I restarted my save, and like, sure enough, it was just a glitch in the game. But like, Observer is one of those games where it's like, if you find it cheap, if you're like, I was kind of in the mood for like a horror game, and it fit the bill. Like it really did. So like, this is not a AAA experience at all. It's from the same guys who made Layers of Fear, which is another horror game that's kind of the same kind of vein. So if you like that game, definitely check this out. It's a solid get it on sale game for me.
Nice.
I think that's it. That's all I got.
I have a homework assignment for you.
Oh,
maybe you know the answer already.
What?
So a few months ago, when they were talking, when the Drinkbox does Guacamelee, they were promoting the game coming out, and I think I tweeted them. I'm like, hey, I love the first game, but when the colors got involved, I'm colorblind. It completely screwed me over. And they were replying, they're like, hey, we actually hired a colorblind person onto our staff, and in an effort to address this, we made it so that the sheens on the enemies move in different directions, so you know which attack you're supposed to do.
Okay.
See if you can notice that, and let me know like how obvious it is. Because if that's obvious, I would pick up that game. You know, if it's noticeable and usable, I'd get it. But if I have to rely on the color, I'm completely screwed with green, red, and there's no point in me playing it. Then it's just gonna frustrate me.
And red is like the first power you get.
Yeah,
So
of course it is. Yeah.
Let me guess, green's the second.
third. Man,
Well, that's nice of Forza. Forza has a colorblind
mode
option as soon as you load it up, which is cool.
a lot of games are doing that.
Yeah.
Now, so yeah, man.
The first game I ever saw that on was Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, really?
And it was like, all it did was change the colors of the tags above, the players' heads.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I saw that, and I'm like, well, I'm colorblind. Let's turn this on. And now it's one of those things, like, I go in the menu and look for it on almost any game that I play.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Because, I mean, there is very color dependence. And, man, that game is so good. Like, honestly, like, I love that. I'm loving every minute of that game.
I really liked the first one, but when I got to the point where I had to start mashing buttons to do all the attacks, I couldn't tell what color it was. I'm like, all right, this isn't fun anymore.
Man, that game is so good. Like, there's just so many little stupid quips and things like that. It's so good. One of the main temple you get into has like this skeleton that like takes up the entirety, and he just does, and he's dad jokes. Like it's cringe, super cringy, and he even like addresses how bad they are. Like you're gonna laugh at one of them, you're gonna laugh at the next one, and it's really good. All right, stay what's coming out next couple weeks.
All right, on October 12th, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
I don't want to be excited for that one either, but I'm getting excited for that one too.
Multiplayer only.
I know.
No.
I know.
Don't give them $60 for that.
That's yeah.
multiplayer.
When's the last time you gave them $60 for a Call of Duty?
Advanced Warfare, and the last ones I bought used, so they haven't gotten a dime of it, and it was all only $20.
I would probably wait till Black Friday. You know that's gonna be like $30 Black Friday. Also on October 12th, Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo 3DS. Also on the 12th, The World Ends With You Final Remix for the Nintendo Switch. On October 16th, Big Buck Hunter Arcade for the Nintendo Switch.
Finally.
And I think it actually has the one version where you can buy it with the rifle.
What?
Yeah.
How does it even work?
Well,
the screen is this big.
Yeah, well, yeah. I guess it's more for TV playing if you're playing on the TV. No, the gun is bigger than the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope that works with the handheld mode because it's like you can't.
That would be awesome.
You just shoot the whole screen.
That actually kind of would be awesome. October 16th, Crayola Scoot for PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
Know what that is?
Sounds like Play-Doh.
It's literally like Splatoon, but you're on scooters, and as you scoot. The
scoot. I like scoop.
Now scoot. And then it's and you like when you're scooting, the color is behind you, so you're like trying to take over territory.
Okay.
So like pooping color everywhere.
Yeah,
exactly. Nice. He has a dog wiping his ass, scooting, and just
nice.
It's always brown, so everyone wins. That's why
you hope it's brown. It's another color. Something went wrong.
Also on October 16th, Lego DC Supervillains for PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
I haven't got a Lego game in a while. Maybe that's it.
Also on October 16th, Rapala Fishing Pro Series for the Nintendo Switch. There's also a version you can buy to put the Joy-Cons into like an actual pole.
Of course there is.
Also on the 16th, Starlink Battle for Atlas for the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Also on the 16th, Warriors Orochi 4 for the PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. On the 18th, no, that's Japanese. I'm not going to even say it. Thank you. Woo! Japanese release. Never mind. I'm not even going to attempt it.
Where is it?
Right there.
Maybe we have an international audience. Maybe you should.
Whoa.
Yeah. Nope. It's a visual novel too, of course.
It probably means sexy lady. Probably.
Yeah, maybe it might. I might be saying something very dirty if I say that.
We're gonna lose a Japanese audience.
Yeah. Or we'll get more of our Japanese audience will be growing.
Yeah, that's true. On October 18th.
Growing.
I get it. Talking about a boner.
Yeah. Dick jokes.
On October 18th, Siberia 3 for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
On October 19th, Dark Souls Remastered for the Nintendo Switch. And also on the 19th, Soul Calibur 6 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And on October 23rd, Bass Pro Shops, the Strike Championship Edition.
Is it like
Couldn't
bass,
pass.
is it like bass season?
Yeah,
I guess so.
Is it like fishing and hunting season?
Well, because of the next
fall,
game also
yes.
coming out on the 23rd is Cabela's The Hunt Championship Edition.
I'm gonna assume yes.
Is it wabbit season or duck season?
It must be a fall thing.
Depends on who you ask, Art.
On October 23rd,
Duck season.
Wabbit season.
Just Dance 2019 for Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, Wii U, and the Wii.
My God.
Still coming out for the Wii.
Well, we looked at the sales figures at one time, didn't we?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And it's still viable.
It still
It's still
sells
viable
insane,
on the Wii.
yeah. Also on October 23rd, Nickelodeon Kart Racers for Nintendo Switch. Also on the 23rd, Paw Patrol On a Roll for the PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
So we're at that point of our console cycle.
Oh, yeah, when we start getting all these. Yeah. And
Any PS5 news or what?
yeah. And finally, also on the 23rd, Project High Rise Architects Edition for Nintendo Switch.
Sounds like fun.
Yes. No.
Yes. No.
I'm assuming it's another City Skylines that looks and runs like absolute garbage.
No, I was
I'm
gonna.
assuming.
I never updated that. Like, does it not run well?
I don't know. I'm still assuming from the initial launch trailer. The launch trailer showing off ran like crap. So
You know what? Let's just be honest with the people what they're getting. Just
yeah.
Yeah, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't on that.
Yeah.
Right? It was like if you show something
yeah.
bad and you launch it and it looks like crap.
Yeah.
The trailer looks so good.
Yeah. So for your PlayStation Plus games for October. So for PS4, getting Friday the 13th, the game.
So when I traded,
Save your time.
I traded in my Vita, the memory card, which was half the price I got back from.
I know.
my Vita.
I know. I had a 16 and an 8 gig, so I got a ton of credit for just those
I had a
two.
32.
I had a 32
Nice.
as well. So I
I
traded
got
those.
like $30 for it.
When I traded those two things, and I traded 2 old PlayStation 3 controllers, I got like $25 a piece for those too. By the
nice.
way,
Wait, what?
yeah. If the 6 axis, I didn't know I had a 6 axis. The original 6 axis was
wow,
still in there. That was
yeah.
only $6. But the DualShock 3 was like 22, 23 bucks,
wow.
something like that. So I was shocked. But I also traded in Friday the 13th. I'm not gonna play this thing.
Yeah.
And the day after they announced this, I was like, ha ha ha, this is time. I was ahead of the curve.
Yes.
Save your time and your hard drive space.
It's funny because that's that game. Like, I kickstarted it, got it on Xbox. We tried playing it that one night.
It didn't work.
Never jumped back in.
just lost.
It never works, so
And
I
that-
never jumped back in.
And that's a really good view into how important like a launch is.
It really
Of
is.
anything that's not like, I don't know, a Call of Duty or NBA
Well,
2K or
especially-
something
yeah.
like that. Like how
Especially for
important
an
the online is.
online only game.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's the same with me for when we all played that Dead by Daylight. Like
Yeah.
one day I tried playing it, servers were down or whatever. I couldn't play it. I haven't played it since. Hey, it looked like a neat game, but I just don't have it. Like I tried, and you could have got me in, but I couldn't play it, so that was it.
Speaking of not being able to getting into a game, so I played 90 minutes of Yakuza 0. Was unaware there's no autosave in that game.
Oh.
That's such a just.
It all went away.
That sucks.
And
dude.
I wasn't into
That
the game yet.
sucks.
Like I understand. Like there's a lot of narrative in getting into it, which I understand. And I was gonna give it more time.
Yeah.
But it's just like a mix of me not getting into it right away, and then my save like never existing. And I was like, yeah, I'll get back to it later.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that sucks.
I'll get back to it later because like there was enough there. I was just like, okay, fine. But like, real quick, I know I'm completely breaking flow here.
No,
but,
you're good.
Like, I feel like every Sega game since the late '90s has the same visuals, like graphics. Not the graphics itself, but like when they put words up on the screen. It's the same sound effects. It's the same font.
Yeah.
It's the same like. I feel it's just like I
Yeah.
could listen to that game
They
and know
found a
it's a Sega
system
game.
that kind of works, so they're sticking with it.
I guess, man. But like it was one of those things. Just like
How many Yakuza games have they churned out this year?
Oh yeah.
fuck. But yeah, so it's like one of those things where like I'm gonna play it again because there was enough that I did like, but I wasn't getting.
That's the thing with those. Like, it's very narrative heavy at first, but
Yeah.
once you get past that, it really opens up, and there's so much more to do.
And it was a mix of that and just losing 90 minutes of my life. I was
That
like,
sucks.
I'll get back to it later.
That's how I am with that game. If I lose a ton of time, I
Yeah.
get pissed, and I usually move on. Yeah, no, I hear you.
All right. Anyway, sorry.
Nope, you're good.
What's going on next couple weeks?
I'm not going back. You rewind this video or this audio for that. So also for PS4, we're getting Laser League, which we got on Xbox last month, I believe.
It looks like fun.
Looks like fun. Looks like a cool stream game or something. Master Reboot for the PlayStation 3. The Bridge for PlayStation 3, also cross-buy with the PS4 and PlayStation Vita. Rocket Birds 2 Evolution for PlayStation Vita, also cross-buy with the PS4. And then this game, I was super excited that it was a cross-buy with PS4 because I was so mad. It was like, okay, this is one of those games I wanted to play for Vita, but 2064 read-only memories. I've heard it's awesome. It's supposed to be really fun. It's supposed to be a really good game. PlayStation Vita, but it's also cross-fight with the PS4.
Super political.
Yeah, that's fine though.
Yep.
Yeah, it's another big month for PS4 amount of PS4 games, and they got some decent ones in there.
And the November PS4 games leaked. So coming in November,
subject to change.
So
from what we've heard from sources,
many sources.
Yeah.
Supposedly, so come November, you will be getting Yakuza Kiwami, which is amazing. Yeah. I can't believe that. Like that's really surprising. And Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, which is cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yes. And now we know how you feel.
Yeah. And then your Xbox games with
Put
gold.
that in a box with Battleborn.
Xbox games with gold for October 2018. For Xbox One, you can currently download Overcooked from October 1st through the 31st. And then you can download Victor Vran from October 16th through November 15th. That's the game that's kind of like Diablo style. It has that I don't think we're getting the Motorhead edition, but it has the Motorhead edition.
That's when I remember you talking about that.
So
sorry, Motorhead editions. Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Exactly.
Do you get to play as Lemmy or what?
The whole part, that part is it's nothing but Motorhead music. I know for sure while you're playing those levels, and I'm pretty sure Lemmy's in it.
That's definitely not the version you're getting then.
No,
I'm sure there's licensing costs involved with that.
But the thing is like the fact that you're getting the regular version, I wonder if it's just like a little charge to then get that extra content, which would be awesome because like it's only like $50-$60 like to get the full edition like right now. So if it's like $10-$15 to get the Motorhead edition, I might jump. Like I'll first try the game first and make sure it's cool, it's like playable, but I might jump on that then like to get that. So that's cool. I'm excited for that one personally. Then for Xbox 360, which is also playable on your Xbox One, Stuntman Ignition from October 1st through the 15th. I've broken a controller playing Stuntman before.
I told that story back like episode 2 or 3 where I threw the controller at the screen and caught it. Thank God they recorded controllers back then.
That first Stuntman was so frustrating.
Oh my God.
Genius game, but so frustrating.
Yeah, totally.
And then your other game, Xbox 360 game is going to be Hitman Blood Money. You can get that from October 16th through the 31st.
Nice.
And then your Xbox Game Pass games for October: Forza Horizon 4, Wolfenstein: The New Order, Westerado Double Barreled, Metro Redux, which includes 2033 and Last Light, which is awesome. Shantae Half Genie Hero, Split Second, and Lego Indiana Jones.
That's a good list. So
Game Pass is killing it. That's a really good month for Game Pass.
Lots of them. So many free games. Well, free.
Oh, right, yeah.
Extra.
It's time for the news.
And our topic.
Meaty news cycle here.
Yeah. All of a sudden.
What do I want to do these in? I'll just start with the tab I'm on now. So Sony announced that they've canceled PSX for this year. There will be no PSX. Basically said that they don't have anything to show.
I'm totally okay with that. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to show more Days Gone and another Kojima trailer that no one understands? Or the same Kojima trailer they showed at TGS?
Just with five new seconds?
Like, what's going on with that 5 seconds?
Well, I mean,
what are they going to show?
Yeah, you figure if they have nothing to show, at most it would be a repeat of last year.
Which no one likes.
That was awful.
Nobody, we were smashed, and
we were hammered, didn't pay a single attention to it.
I played some hockey that night, and I fixed OBS in a drunken stupor.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
Greg Miller reached out. So they're going to do a showcase, but the thing is like he said like he got like 70 something emails, and like that's the thing to me. It's like, okay, I understand you don't have anything to show, but why don't you make it more like I understand it's like this is more your thing.
I mean, it's a Sony event.
But at the same time it's like, okay, so you're basically telling us then too like Final Fantasy VII Remake is still nowhere.
Well, yeah.
No, absolutely. But you know what I mean though. But
that game's never coming out.
But this is what you're telling us.
That game's in PS5 is where it is.
Yeah, but like then you're saying also like Neo 2 is absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Like
I honestly,
like you showed up some of these things like.
I honestly think they're sitting on everything they haven't announced. They're sitting on or haven't talked about in a while. They're sitting on for PS5.
Well, we all think that this next E3 is going to be the PS5 at least talking about. They're maybe not actually show the system,
it this time.
but like actually like talk about it. So I think that if like I said, their main AAA games coming out presumably on the PS4 are what? Days Gone, which is in a few months. Dreams, which is actually getting a lot of press and hype right now. Surprisingly enough,
it comes out.
I think it's going to come out.
It's not sell.
I think it's not going to sell. It's one of those things where it's
I think it'll be on PS Plus.
Now that would be something.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. It looks. It's one of those things where I like to look at.
Yeah.
I can't imagine me doing anything with it.
Nope.
So I don't know. So they get that Dreams, presumably Death Stranding. Right. What else?
Allegedly.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep.
Will be out. What else? That's it, right?
I think that's all the major stuff. Oh, Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2, of course. Jesus.
Yeah.
So those are the main things coming out. But like, what else are they going to show in those games? They've showed a ton out of those things.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima, they could show a little bit more because we've only just kind of seen a little bit that last time. But then again,
but that doesn't make a show though, right?
No, right? Yeah. No, I agree. No, and then what they showed was like enough too for that game. It's like I don't want to see more.
You had mentioned like all the people reaching out to Kind of Funny and all these third parties. I mean, that's what PAX is for. That's what E3 is for.
Yes. Well, that's the truth. And if you think, I forgot about this. The week before that, I think, is the Game Awards. Too.
I was just going to say that too.
And they do a ton of third-party reveals at like the Game Awards and Nintendo.
Yeah, and third-party has a lot of things to. I think, like you were just saying, like they have PAX. They have 12 different PAXs now. Where the hell they have.
That's a
they
good
have
they have Comic-Con.
Right, and right now New York's going on, and I don't know when San Diego happens, but like all those things are happening right now. So like. Again, I understand it. It is a bummer because this is a fun event because it's like the fan event, right?
Except for last year, but it is.
It's usually usually a fun event.
Historically, it's a fan event. Last year, I don't know
that was for nobody. That was
for Sony.
So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's
that was because Sony had put one on for 5 years previously and felt that PSX has to be a thing.
Yeah,
and then like this year they have like their best first party year of all time.
Right.
So like it's one of those things. It's weird. Like they're. I mean, you can start feeling the transition into the next generation. So like. Not having it does suck because I do like the announcements. I do like the hype. I do like seeing those guys on the stage and talking about a game that we never heard of before. But like, you can show me the medieval remake again. Like what? That's the thing. Show? Like,
all they showed was a title for that. That's another thing we've not seen anything about since. Which that would actually be kind of interesting to be like a launch PS5 title. That would be. I think that was close to the beginning of the PS1. Was the original medieval.
What we should do is go through go through the Sony studios. Go through the Sony studios and like what we think they're making because a bunch of people put them out.
That would be good. Actually, it'd be good to do that.
They're all making.
They're all making
the
new ones.
Because of all the new studios and everything like that. And Xbox announced a show.
Oh, they did. I know that.
November in Mexico City, I think it is.
I didn't know that actually.
Of course, the American companies are in Mexico City.
Yeah,
makes sense. Your headquarters in Seattle, a tech town that people love to travel to. Let's go to Mexico City.
Seattle.
So I'm actually kind of curious to see what that's going to entail. I think
it's interesting.
This might be they're talking about Scarlet, Project Scarlet. I think this might be the first introduction to that.
Stay tuned.
We'll see.
What's next?
All right, I'm just going to plow through the Sony news here since I started with one.
Yep.
So Sony finally caved. They enabled crossplay on Fortnite. It's a beta.
They hit the button.
About damn time. They switch.
They let Epic remove the comment markers from the one line of code they had.
Yep. Exactly. God.
But it sounds like, and from what Epic's saying, they're like going full on with this. Like content's going to be transferable. You're going to be able to unlock your account from one platform and go to another.
Yeah, they're talking about merging your accounts.
You can merge accounts. So those people who those people who said, "Hey, F you Sony, I'm going to start playing on Switch or Xbox."
Yep.
You can merge your accounts. I mean,
that's great.
That's great. The people have spoken.
Yep.
Yeah. So when you saw,
I almost wonder how much money Sony saw they were losing in
V-Bucks.
Sure
I bet it was a pretty decent drop. It has been.
That's people crying about this on the internet. It wouldn't make them change. Money had to make them change.
Yep. I agree.
Either that, or I wonder if Epic sacked up and said, "We're going to stop supporting your platform."
Possibly. I know that. And there were some other ones too, like that.
Because even though they've since announced it won't be crossplay, Bethesda was saying with Fallout 76, like, this is going to be a cross-play environment, and if you're not on board, then maybe we won't support your environment.
Right.
Which, I mean, I think was kind of a bluff because you're not going to not put your game out on the largest install base.
But you could put it out there, but you could not update it. You could not give them new stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you can make it a lesser experience.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, because like look at the seasons that Fortnite does. The season 6 just came out. They might have threatened, "Hey, Sony, you ain't getting season 6 if you don't jump on here."
And that's that.
I guarantee that was probably it.
And that's
the day it switched.
And those season stuff is what change. Like you need access to things like that, which means money, which means you're re-upping
exactly
the V-Bucks or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, that was an interesting thing, but
I
mean, this is what
kind of more of a I don't think it was a coincidence that flick switch and season 6 started the same day pretty much.
How long until Rocket League and Minecraft are on this?
That long.
See, I think it's
well, Minecraft I think might be a different story with Microsoft's huge involvement in that. I don't know.
And because Microsoft and Nintendo have been playing so nice together, keeping that going.
Yeah.
And we'll
see. Rocket League, I could see.
Rocket League,
I can definitely see Rocket League.
Yeah.
Minecraft might take a little longer because of Microsoft's huge involvement with Minecraft. Yeah. That's my only.
But I mean, like their involvement with Minecraft ever since they bought it, they've still been pushing it to every platform and putting all the content everywhere because they need to make back their billions of dollars they spent on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Minecraft's so weird. Like it's.
I can't believe it's still what it is. Like it's just unbelievable.
It's like Amelia doesn't jump into as much as she used to, but like every once in a while she'll want to play, so we'll jump in. And it's just like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I have no idea. What's that? What's this?
Why is there a dragon flying around? What the hell happened?
We're playing creative mode, and I'm just looking through all this stuff. Like, I don't know what half this stuff is. I don't know what that block does. I don't know where I even find that block.
Next news item.
Next.
Game developers say they're preparing for PSN name changes.
Huzzah!
Apparently, they've been in their guidance from PlayStation. They've been, told to tweak your systems to allow for that to happen. Which, it's, what, a decade in the making?
Yeah.
Oh
so word on the street is... the street...
What street? What 12-year-olds you talking to?
The streets. The internet. Says the way that they're going to have to do that is you're going to... So, Sony basically has to carve PlayStation 3 out of everything. That's why that's why PS Now, like you can download PS4 and PS2 games, but not 3, because the architecture of PS3 was so vastly different than anything else. Right. That's why PS3 struggled to begin with, and a bunch of other stories. So that was a massive. That was a massive, like decades long mistake now going forward. So they're saying what prevented this from happening earlier, the name change, is the PS3 architecture, where that all started was so jacked that they can't make it transfer it into something new. The only way that they're going to be able to do that is if you, the person, the player, lets go of all your PS3 stuff. So anything you downloaded, PS3 goes away. All your trophies that you were in PS3, all that stuff all goes away.
Oh, wow.
But that is if you already want to do the name change.
That doesn't make sense. The trophy part does not make sense.
Because they need to go into a whole different structure, a whole different like infrastructure of like where all those names are stored. So they can move if you're where you're at now, you're fine. But if you want to,
I'm not okay with that.
No,
that's what I'm saying. So
people
like,
are not going to be okay.
I got a Borderlands 2 Platinum on PS3.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
now you get the handsome edition and do it all over again.
I have the handsome edition.
It's 80 hours of your life.
Just gonna redo it all.
Hey, what's that? The 100-some-odd hours report into it?
Yeah,
Just do it.
It's fine. Well, I can see people, that's kind of funny again. Someone like Greg Miller or like Colin Moriarty, like they brag about how many platinums they have all the time. A ton of those are going to go away.
And Colin has IGN in his PlayStation name somewhere still too. So it's going to be free to change your name, but
for the first 6 months, and it's going to cost you $5 every time you want to change it.
Exactly.
Like Xbox Live.
Right. Or is it going to be one of those things? But the cost is like your trophies and your purchases.
That's crazy.
So like
the purchases, I'm not so worried about because I'm never going to play my PlayStation.
And it's not like Xbox with the backwards capability.
That's what I was going to say.
So
like
that's not too much.
If the PlayStation 5 ends up having some kind of backwards compatibility with that, then that's not okay because there might be some things I would want to transfer over. But like,
I don't think they'll ever be able. Well, I shouldn't say ever, but it's. The architecture on that, I don't know if they'll ever be able to do that.
And that's why they got to carve it out. Like they got to like carve this. How long was the PlayStation 3 out for? 11 years or something like that. They need to carve 11 years of PSN out of their structure to make this work. That's why it's taken so long to do.
That's so crazy though.
That may not even be true. That's just what everyone's saying. Right. But like, if that is true, like, would you sacrifice all your PlayStation 3 stuff to have like A, name changes, and B, who knows what else might change like going forward?
I want to know what else is involved because I have no interest in changing my name.
Agreed. Neither do I.
I mean, I've been lucky enough to get my desired name on.
I want to be Boner Jams 04 ... whatever forever.
COD Savage Killer XX777 69420.
Yeah.
Even though no one online can say my name right. Magila. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Next.
Sorry.
Stop coughing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I even have on my. I mean, My trophy. I don't know
mean,
how like how much
honestly,
trophy that.
Honestly, for me, it's like whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
Because I obviously I didn't get my first platinum until just recently,
Yeah.
so
But
that's not a big deal.
I have the highest trophy count of all my friends. Yeah. So like, how much of that?
All gone.
Yeah.
So one
But
thing
it's just the fact of like
Andy will be
losing.
blowing you away.
Yeah.
No, just
Andy's
the
the only
fact
one
of
that's close to
losing
me.
something.
I'm almost
like,
at 20. I'm just close to 20.
I don't like the fact of just losing
I
something.
don't- see, I-
for the sake
that's
of
the thing,
losing
too.
it. I just don't like it. Even though I know I probably will never get to play those games again, it's the fact that that's all that money is 100% down the drain now is what
Yeah.
that means. Like, all of it. Like, there's no chance. At least with Xbox, with their backwards capability, I've been getting some of my arcade games back, like Symphony of the Night and all this kind of stuff. So slowly I have been getting some of my money back. Like, Rock Band, when that came out, I got almost all my songs back for that, which thank God, because I spent way too much money back in the day on that.
Next.
I'm just sitting there thinking, 'cause it seems like it would be like a straight, like, okay, we need to import this data for the trophies, this data into this from this database to this database.
Yeah.
And it seems like it would all just be here's a table, here's a column of, and you get a 1 or a 0. If you have the trophy, you get a 1. If you don't, you have a 0.
I just think the way that system interacted with the network is the disconnect there. So like you would basically have to pull that plug and. But I'm saying like
that's a problem. PSN was a problem from the start.
Right, but now like if they get a chance to reboot it with the PS5, like with this, like because like if they get a chance to start from scratch, like
I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
it's
We'll
like
see.
you know what they call
We'll
it, like
see.
the monkey paw wish, where it's just like I want to be rich, and then like the genie starts calling you rich. Like one of those things was like you got what you wanted, but not quite what you wanted, based on and it's one of those things. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with losing that Borderlands trophy.
That's what I'm saying. Like I should go back and see what like out of my dozen or so platinums I have, like how many I would lose.
Okay, moving away from Sony. There is rumors coming out that there's going to be a new Switch hardware in late 2019. Basically, from what I've read, it seems like the main change is going to be to the screen to make it, what does it say here? Brighter, thinner, and more energy efficient.
Meh. So here, okay,
Energy efficient would be nice.
energy efficient would be nice 'cause it does eat battery.
Yep.
But I mean, this is like a lot of people were pissed about that. That's why I posted this up on the thing. 'Cause a lot of people were pissed about it, and apparently they've never seen Nintendo.
I was
ever
like, they
before.
must not have owned Nintendo in the last like 20 years. They must not have owned a Nintendo product.
I mean, well, here's the thing.
this is actually, I'm surprised it's taking this long.
At first glance, you know, you read the headline. There's gonna be a new Switch hardware build in late 2019. My experience with this is I bought a 3DS XL and they released the new 3DS and games weren't compatible anymore. I couldn't play all the 3DS games. So at that glance, I'm like, fuck. If they make it so I can't play the new Switch games coming out, I'm just gonna sell my Switch and be done with Nintendo.
I just don't think. I don't think. It's not like if this is actually true. I mean, that's not what's going to happen.
No,
I don't. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't think it's
this
gonna be
sounds
that.
more like going from the fat Vita to the slim Vita.
Exactly. Yes, and I think but I think the one thing they are going to also change, and this is what's going to really draw people in. They're actually going to add a D-pad, a legit D-pad to the Joy-Con. Like I think I could see because Hori's got that one, that the third-party one, which I hear is awful.
Oh, really?
I heard it's really bad. From the couple of reviews I read, I heard it's not so good. But like, so it's you could do it. So I have a feeling they're working on. I think that's gonna be because other than just the screen, like in that,
But
they usually do make a couple little tweaks to other things, and I can see that being another tweak to like, hey, fighting game fans, look, we got a D-pad
But
now.
you don't have to do a whole new Switch version of that. You
No,
just
you just
release
do
different
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons.
Well, and I think they will do that as well. I think they will
With this?
With this, you get the new Joy-Cons and all this stuff. You can also buy the Joy-Cons separately,
Right.
though. They will because that's free money.
It was like I did. Oh, another thing I forgot that I played. I downloaded. I did the Nintendo online thing. It was $20. I just did it. So I was just playing the NES games more than anything else. And I'm using the joystick, which works surprisingly well in games that like I was playing Super Mario Brothers with the joystick and being perfectly fine with it. So I think. The D-pad is one of those things where I think it's like a form factor memory. Like I want that to feel like it used to. But I use the D-pad. I use the analog.
Just order those new
stick, it was fine.
friggin' NES controllers they're making for Switch.
But kind of go back to like adding the D-pad to the actual like official Joy-Con. Then when you take it off, isn't that gonna be funny when you have like don't have buttons then?
That's the thing.
When
you
you and I are
figure
playing
out
on a
how
roof
to-
in a party.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
So I don't know. It's one
Halloween
maybe,
party. We're going up on the roof and we're playing some Switch.
So maybe
Nintendo says so.
So maybe it will be just separate Joy-Cons then.
I think they would sell it.
I think that is coming from them though.
Well,
First party ones like those for sure.
Art just mentioned the NES controllers. That's the first step into
Right,
like
that's true.
completely
Yeah,
different
that's
controllers
true.
attaching to the side
Yeah,
of the Switch.
that's true.
That you have to buy through Nintendo's version of Sam's Club.
Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Which I didn't do. So.
No, $60. That's ridiculous.
I mean, I would never. They would just collect dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's what they're saying so far, if it's just screen change and make it more energy efficient, that's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The second they start doing this bullshit again with you can't play
New
the
processor
new games,
and everything. Yeah,
that's what I'm.
yeah.
I think that. I mean that was.
It'll happen eventually.
Yeah, of course.
But
that
happening,
variation's usually not
happening 2 years
down
into the life
line.
cycle. Everyone would be justifiably pissed.
I can see that about at like the 5-year mark because I think it was like the 5 or 6 year mark when they did that with the 3DS, where they released the new 3DS. They had a little bit better processor and everything like that.
And all those different DS versions had like different screen sizes. That was a big thing that always changes too. Like the screen size was constantly changing on this.
Right.
I don't think you can do that with the Switch. So how would you put the controls on the side? Like you can have giant controls in a small screen or vice versa. Like,
Yeah,
you can't do that.
I think the only difference I could see potentially is a better resolution to the screen, which I think. So then some of these games. So like if you have it, these games will run. In terms of like the handheld, it'll look smoother. Like it'll hold its resolution better.
I think that would end up changing the resolution and the processing. Would be
where it
the
automatically
big
kind of
jump
does it for you.
Yeah, where it's like the handheld mode looks just like it does on the dock mode.
Because a lot of these games for the handheld mode already have that dynamic resolution. So like I think it'll recognize that hey, this version of the Switch has more power, or not more power, but like the screen's better, it can handle this resolution, so we can keep it up higher or something. I could see that.
The other thing I was thinking of with maybe people possibly just blowing this out of proportion, in Japan, don't they have the dockless Switch?
Yep.
It could just be that coming to the U.S.
That could be.
I don't think this is going to be a game-changing change for the Switch, and whatever it is.
It's gonna be a way of life, like better way of life.
It's one of those things. Like at first glance on the headline, yes, I understand why people were pissed, and I started going down that road of. If I can't play the new games that are coming out,
sure,
I'm done. I'm done the second they confirm that. I will sell everything I have and just not have a handheld system. I'm fine with that.
No, this one will be a quote unquote just a redesign, basically.
All right, now the story Mike really wants to talk about. Telltale Games, dead, gone, closed.
I was
finito.
What a gut punch!
It just continues.
So like the news cycle on this one's been like all over the place. So they closed. They announced they were keeping on a small crew. At first, the news story said it was to finish the final season of The Walking Dead. Turned out that wasn't true. It's to finish some Minecraft project for Netflix. But outside of that, everything else was canceled. Everything they had announced, all the IPs they had signed deals with were gone. Then a week or so later, they came out and said, we've had several offers from people to help finish the final season of The Walking Dead in some form.
Right.
Not necessarily in game form, in some form. So, Mike.
And then they let that skeleton crew go like 2 days ago.
Yep.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Wow.
They're completely done now.
And they're trying to get like funds together to finish The Walking Dead, but there's so many questions. So I was like, when I saw it come up, I was actually on Twitter when it came up, and it was like someone retweeted it from Gama Sutra, who was the one who broke the story.
Right.
I click on a link, it goes nowhere. I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is just bullshit. So, and then it starts popping up.
And then 10 more stories pop up.
It's all over the place.
Every single story had a different story of what was going on.
Exactly. That's why I was like,
maybe
this is wrong. Maybe this is wrong. Whatever it is. Maybe I was just
like,
hopeful that it was wrong.
It's shutting down. The other one's like, they're laying off everyone except for a small team, and like there was just like all these different stories of what was happening.
And they had like made the workers leave within half an hour, and they had to come back to get all the stuff out.
Oh
like
my God.
they said you get the rest of the month of your health benefits, which is a week.
Yeah.
And then they had no severance.
No severance.
No, I've gone through that because I went down with the ship at Circuit City. So like just showing up and being like, all right, you have this many days to have a job, and you can get Cobra afterwards. But it's going to cost you way more money.
$500 a month.
Yeah, so it's like, well, I'm making less money on unemployment plus that, so like I can't eat. So like, I understand. Like my first and foremost was just like, man, that is a lot of people affected, and this sucks. Then that was one. Two was, okay, what's going on with The Walking Dead? Because I am invested in that, like personally.
Sure.
Like I really want to see. I played the first episode already. The second episode was coming out in like 4 days.
Right.
And the day before, I saw a tweet from Telltale Publishing announcing a new game. So I'm like, what is going on here? So I'm like, are these like at that point?
They hired people the week before. They hired people the week before.
So clearly, like no one knew what was going on except for the one guy who had to hit the eject button on the whole thing, right? Like the one guy who can close a bit, like the CEO, right? So like then I have like, man, like what's going on with The Walking Dead? Then I was just like, wait, I already bought this. So like, am I going to get my money back? So like, there's like so many things that are involved with this. Like on like just like an empathy level where like, man, all those guys out of work, that sucks, and they were working on this thing, and no one's that's not gonna see the light of day. Plus, me not getting the satisfaction of something I paid for, and I'm involved in it, like emotionally invested in.
Absolutely.
So all those things all happen. So I'm not gonna get the resolution to Clem's story, and no one seems to know what it is because they didn't have it all the way finished yet.
Right.
Then you see the tweet talking about like, oh, we're gonna finish it in some form. What does that even mean? Who's gonna be finishing it? Is it anybody from the original dev team who had the original vision, or is this some guy throwing out one comic book, like an indie comic book, and then what? I mean, can they even do that with the licenses? Like, there's like a million questions going on here, and all of it sucks. It all sucks from every angle. So like, a year plus ago when they had that news conference, like the video news conference where they announced like the last season of Walking Dead, the second season of Batman, the second season of A Wolf Among Us, like I was so jacked for that.
Yeah.
Like I was so pumped up for that, just to have it completely, like, atom bomb destroyed out of nowhere. So it's a gut punch, and I think that's what I think just put the tweet of the lights that said heartbroken, and I am on so many different levels, just because it affects so many different. I mean, it's a whole genre of video game that's basically gone.
Yeah.
No one else really makes stuff like that outside of Dontnod, who makes something similar to that, and possibly a better version of it.
Right.
This was a season I was most emotionally involved in, was The Walking Dead season 4, and it ran the best. Like, it was working great, and it was just like, all right, they're finally kind of getting a hold of this thing, right? And then they're talking about Stranger Things. I'm excited for that.
Right.
Wolf Among Us 2, I'm excited about that. Like, all these things that were going to come out are gone. Like, they're just eviscerated and evaporated.
I think, well, you mentioned Stranger Things. Netflix has already come out and said they want someone to make a Stranger Things game, so they're reshopping the IP.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
As far as you having, paid for that and not getting the game, you'll either get a refund or be part of a class action lawsuit.
Oh, good. I get $12. I'll get $2 in 7 years. But
opt out and sue them.
Who's going to sue him though? And with what money? So who's going to pay that money?
I mean, these seem to find a way. The class action ones, they seem to find a way all the time because I got money because I had the original PS3.
Yeah.
You remember the whole thing about Linux or whatever? I got a check for like $70 for that.
Nice.
Like, it was awesome. Like, I mean, I didn't even do anything. I didn't even care that I couldn't run Linux on it. I got $73 for that. Like,
I'm pretty sure, with them shutting down, they'll go into bankruptcy, and everyone who prepaid for that will be listed as a creditor on their list of
absolutely
money they owe people.
This is worse.
Unless they figure out some way to put something,
and again,
and that's if they end up putting something together, obviously you're going to get that done.
So I mean, like, even if, like you said, if they put out a comic book or even like a movie, they're still going to be a class action lawsuit. It's not a game. You paid for a game.
It's not what you paid for. It's not the 5 episodes you paid for.
Yeah. So like, I think this was four.
Yeah.
But they were longer, so it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
So like, all this news happens, and then like literally 4 days later, episode 2 came out, and I'm looking. I pull up my PlayStation, and it's there. Like, what do I do? Like, so I'm still like in that conundrum now. Like, do I play?
Do you get more invested in something you're never going to see a conclusion to?
Right.
And like, but I do. I mean, like, do I take that jump? Or it's like this is the swan song for the studio that I've played a ton of games with. Like, so do I want to like get that last morsel of entertainment out of them, or is that just going to be worse? Is it going to be worse getting closer to the finish line without getting there?
It's going to be worse for you, but you should do it.
I think I'm going to.
Do you know what I mean? Just because you, out of everyone, like, you are so dedicated to these Telltale games.
Yeah.
Like, you're the one that actually pays full price for them day one. So
this ain't my fault. This is not my fault, everyone.
Well, but I'm saying, no, because of how much you're invested in these Telltale games and everything. And I understand it sucks because you don't want to. It's like, oh, come on, I need these last 2 episodes. That part's going to really, really suck. But again, being the swan song and everything, you really should. For you personally, I think you really should. Even as much as it's going to hurt, you should play through it.
Also, you can just chalk your Walking Dead experience up with the TV show King of the Hill. You remember the last episode of that?
I don't know if I ever saw the last episode.
It wasn't like a finale or anything. It was like they just stopped.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It was like Khan was in like a manic depression, and that was an episode, and it was just like another episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when it was on Netflix, I streamed the whole thing, and I'm like, I'm like, that's it? You don't give me a finale here where they're like moving out of Arlen or something?
Right,
yeah. It was... I mean, The Walking Dead sucks, but like all the other stuff I talked about sucks too, and like just the whole not having that type of game, because like they had, and it's then I section off the emotional portion of my brain, and I'm thinking about like my business piece of it, and it's just like they owned nothing. They owned their engine, which sucked. That was it. They had the Telltale engine, and that was it. So that's why they got into publishing, so they can start having some piece of that. Because, I mean, look, okay, let's take it. I don't know how the royalties work. Let's just take any other game, right? They sell the game on, let's say PlayStation. How much does PlayStation get?
30%.
30%. They get a 30% rip on every single game that they sell. So that's already cut into their profits. Then they gotta
pay Netflix or Marvel,
pay
or
whoever the licensor is of that. So that's another percentage, which I'm sure is not light.
I'm sure it's
if
not.
If Sony is literally just giving a marketplace to sell their product needing 30%, imagine what the IP owner is getting for allowing
like 40,
them
at least.
So,
I'd say, yeah.
So, and then those games go on sale for $3 all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, they're probably making pennies on a dollar.
Yeah.
So, like, that's one. Two, I mean, obviously, they went from, like, 12 to 250 people over a span of, like, a couple of years. So, like, the growth, like, that amount of profit with that amount of growth with actually, and then start releasing less games in the last year, because they used to have like I feel like there was a new episode coming out for something every couple of weeks.
Yeah, right.
And a couple of years ago, and they get slowed down. They focus on some things, but they stopped releasing things, which means the little money they were making, they weren't making. So like sales wise, like if you look at sales figures too, like their sales figures haven't been great. Like the pre-sales of this last season of Walking Dead have been better than usual, but the actual sales at post have not. They were like nothing. So the people who were excited about it bought it, and that was it. So the business side of things is like, and then you have the episodic thing where some people just like, I'm just not going to buy it to the end, or I'm just not going to buy it at all. Then you have the I hear Telltale games don't run well when they first come out. So again, you're cutting out the day one profits, which is the most profitable your game will ever be is when it first comes out.
When a game comes out, it starts up here and it just gradually goes down to zero.
So you have conditioned the consumer to wait for the product to be out and cheap. So you're not making
free.
Or free, which has been free a lot too. You're absolutely right.
A ton of the games were always on Plus or games with gold and everything. So it's like
100%.
There were so many I got from those. It's like, well, why am I going to pay unless it's just something I really, really want? Why am I going to pay for it?
Right, and then season 2 of Batman just showed up on the Switch, and it was like $35, something stupid like that.
Something ridiculous.
So
like, it's insane.
So it was like one of those things where it's just like you were just like Walking Dead season 1 was a big boom for them, right?
Yeah.
They went from Jurassic Park, which was garbage, to Walking Dead, which was this huge boom.
Yeah.
Made money, had all his profits, and then like they were just I feel like they were just like constantly just drip feeding off of that to the very end, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I mean, long story short,
this was a way worse meltdown than the Kurt Schilling studios from back in the day.
38 Studios?
38 Studios. Thank you. I was trying to think of the name of it. That was bad when that happened. That was really bad.
You mean the THQ Nordic?
Yeah, THQ Nordic bought them out and got the IP for...
But they can't sell the game.
They can't do it. They got to talk to EA
Yeah,
because that makes me so mad. Because goddamn it, there's a remaster of that game. I will be buying that day one. So that game was so good. But this is so much like I thought that. Like I said, I thought that was bad. This is so much worse than that.
Because no one, I feel like it was business as usual.
Happened out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's super shitty. They were hiring people the week before this happened.
They were saying,
that's insane.
Some people the week
before
moved across the country.
That's insane. People were relocating when you knew the CEO had to know this was happening.
Yeah, they say like it was the final straw was
this doesn't just happen overnight.
They were waiting for like one round of funding that fell through.
Yeah,
it was from AMC of all people.
No.
So like
The Walking Dead.
Well, but it's not related to the AMC Walking Dead. But whatever. But like, so it was like,
that's
so
insane.
so I mean, you're on your final like. That's not like, all right, everyone dropped out this one guy, and now that guy dropped out. Like it takes like it's a time frame thing. So everyone wants to play armchair CEO on this, right? Which is easy enough to do and see what a precipitous failure this was. But I think that this type of market strategy, I think, shows that this doesn't work.
Yeah.
I think Don't Nod can do it because it's on the high end of the quality spectrum, and they release other things.
Yeah.
Telltale just released licensed episodic adventures, while Don't Nod has a original IP.
Right.
And
they get all that money.
They're getting all that money, and they make different games too, like Vampire,
right.
Vampire, whatever how you say it, or other things. So I think they just shoehorned themselves into this one niche that failed, and they didn't know how to get out of it.
Yep.
And here they are.
Yep.
So that's that. That's all. That's my entirety of 360 of my brain that we're going through this whole thing.
Not much else to say.
Yeah.
No,
I also did enjoy. I think it was like the Wednesday after that they closed. Like all the Telltale games went on sale on PSN or Xbox, and like I think we're online. People were like, don't give them a fucking cent.
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't jump on any of those.
Which I have all the Telltale games I'm ever gonna want to play. You know, I already bought Batman a while ago. So
That's Batman Season 2 is the only thing I don't have that I kind of still like. Oh, I kind of still want to grab
Is
that.
my PSN still logged in here?
Yeah. Oh,
Download
there we
it.
go. That's true.
Fuck them. Sorry.
Are you promoting piracy?
That was my last 2% of my brain that was anger that I haven't talked about yet.
Your Tourette's flaring up.
I got my Guardians of the Galaxy. I still need to play through that though.
All right. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I got much else to add.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's everything.
All right.
So,
Cool.
my gift to you was stay still. Now, I know you saw it, but did you see my Twitter
The video?
Oh my god.
So my gift to you is
I kind of feel a little bad.
where one of us.
Yeah, I know. I should have.
It was his idea.
I know.
I had this coming. My gift to you is a section where one of us gives someone else a game, gives them a chance to play something they never played before, and come back with a review. We are in the cycle of hate, where we're giving each other bad games.
Hate.
This is Play a Haters Club. And so State gave me the gem, Life of Black Tiger, which every single time I want to say it, I need to stop, because I want to say
Did
Life
not put a thought in there? I know.
With no thought, I always want to say Black Panther as well, which I know is...
I had to pause and remember not use the proper English.
Yes. Life of Black Tiger.
Yeah.
I posted up 3 photos of before you start each mission, I guess, you get like a breakdown of what you're supposed to do, and not a single one didn't have either misspelling or just nonsensical words smashed together. Yep. So clearly whoever made this game doesn't speak English as their first language.
Yep.
Secondly, so I post up a video of like this cycle, where it's like you get the text of what you're supposed to do, then you play the thing, and then they have a guitar riff when you get the mission completed, followed by some stats that make no sense. There's like hits diminished, which is like I don't even know what. So Life of Black Tiger, you're playing a black tiger that has been excommunicated from the Tiger Society, and you're mad about it, so you just go out and kill things.
Okay.
And you do that, like the very first level, you take down some people, and then you're hunting deer because you got to eat, and then I took down some rhinos, and then a female tiger appeared, and then I was bringing her wild game that I was killing. So like, but if you gotta watch the video to really describe it. Like
the video is great.
The animation and the gameplay itself is so bad and slow, and like when you're there's no turning animation. Like your tiger just like changes 20 degrees until it gets to the point where it's supposed to go, and then you go forward. You can't run. You cannot do more than one animation at a time. So you need to stop running to do a hit, and you can't just tap circle. You got to hold it down. So you're holding down square to run, and then you got to turn, and you got to run, and then you're hunting down rabbits and deer that are going just as slow, and it's like these are like wild animals, and you're chugging, then they're chugging, and you catch up, then you got to stop, and you got to swing your paw. And then they're gone already because they're running still. Then you gotta catch up again, and you gotta get ahead of them.
The sound when you swipe.
The sound is so everything. There's not a single. There's not a single piece of the game. There's not a single.
It's not even a full growl. It's like a half growl.
There's not a single redeeming factor of this game. It is so unbelievably bad. So unbelievably bad that something like this can even be made and produced and put out and certified and everything else. It's like stock guitar riffs and stock sound clips.
Gotta get that royalty free media.
That's right.
God!
Oh goodness!
Like I said, when you you fight wolves in the game too. And this is the last thing I'm talking about. You're fighting wolves in the game, and there's a pack of them, and like you can't take them all on at once because they're slowly killing you. So you have to run And then, because the bad guys have the same animations, right? So they need to run, stop, and then do animations. So I wait. I'm waiting for them to come. I'm doing the animation. So they get there. I hit them, and then I just run away. So I'm just like circling around these things. And then they have like the king wolf, which is just a big ass wolf that's in there. It's like one of the levels was like I got saved by a girl tiger, which I'm assuming becomes my wife in the game. I didn't get that far. I did play like an hour and a half of this game, by the way. So we get there, we go. And the mission.
Why did you play an hour and a half?
I was curious. I wanted to see what other missions I could do in this game, because it was like not just hunt down whatever it was. So one of the missions was like the female tiger saves me, and I'm supposed to follow her, and it's like she's walking, and I'm literally just supposed to follow her, and it's 5 to 10 minutes of me just following her as she's walking, and that's all you do. That's the mission. That's the whole thing. Halfway through, I was just like, nope, there's a giraffe. I haven't seen a giraffe yet. I'm going to see if I can kill a giraffe. So I run, kill a pack of giraffes, all 4 of them, and you can like pick things up by the neck. So I'm picking up by the neck and bringing it back, but like the animation's so bad, like the giraffe's flopping all over the place, and like
was the lady tiger impressed with your catch?
Was unaware of me completely because she was just walking, and then like I killed.
Hey lady, look what I got.
Yeah. So like there's no acknowledgement of me just killing your herd of giraffes. I bring one back, it's flopping all over the place, and she's just walking, and she gets to a spot, and I get to the spot, guitar riff mission complete. I'm like, oh my god, this is so bad. So
you should find that guitar riff sound and end this podcast.
That's what it is.
It's the Terminator sound.
But with like different.
Is this like Vanilla Ice to Queen?
Yeah, it's just a little bit off. But
there's one extra beat in there.
And, like one of the beats is just like ahead of the other. Like one of the notes is just ahead of where it should have been for the Terminator thing. It's so bad.
Oh my
it's so
God.
bad.
Well, I'm glad it lived up to its name.
You definitely doing
this game ever.
You're doing the round of hate right. Let me tell you, because it was okay. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about this game. So I woke up one morning and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play it because I need to play it. And Beth walks in and she's like, what are you doing? I look back and say, I'm playing the worst game I've ever played in my life. And she goes, yeah, you are. And then, so it's like even like
outside.
Yeah, like she's like, what's going on? Because she was like watching me play like Spider-Man, which is like amazing to watch. And then this thing, which is like. This is just like a circle with like a really bad plane animation, and they can't even get the draw distance right. Like you can watch in the video, like, you can see like just trees go like, but trees are just popping up like everywhere. It's so bad.
Oh,
okay.
That's funny.
All right, now it's payback time. So we're going circling back.
I didn't think about this. I did not think about this part when I came.
And no, we're done with the round of hate.
Now it's time for the round of love, right?
Yeah.
For yet. 1 week.
That's all right. So
my round of hate is already so good.
So it's now we're circling back, so it's not time to give a stake. So the round of hate has been. You guys have been doing great. I think we've all been doing really good with this. So congratulations, everybody. So I have found a game.
Yours makes I stuck one by it.
I have found a game that I think hits on so many different levels of hate that I actually bought it. And it's yours forever.
Okay.
So it's going to be on your shelf. I never want you to trade it in. I want this to be on your mantle forever.
Okay.
So
he wants your kid to want to go, Daddy, what's that?
Yeah. So not only so you're going to own this. It's a game that you were excited for that was bad.
Oh no.
I didn't know what it is.
Oh my God.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5.
As soon as you said that, I knew what it was.
It's so you can see it in the cellophane. It was $7.
Oh,
for the record, you guys have no iddia how many times I thought about buying that game and giving it to you previously.
So it was $7 at Walmart.
To trigger it all too.
I know. that was the only one that was.
No, it's okay. You got a 1X. It'll
It might
run
help.
at high HD.
Oh my God, no.
So
this is gonna ruin the series for me.
I've gone to psychological warfare now.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
So enjoy and bring it back and let us know
Thanks.
how it plays and how it feels and if it's like any
nostalgia.
if it brings back any nostalgia for you and the whole thing. So yeah,
You think it's gonna ruin it for me? This better not. I swear to God, this better not ruin.
I hope it runs because that was the only one they had. I felt it was loose too.
It was scratch.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
How does this happen?
Steak, there's very noticeably a serrated knife mark.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a Blu-ray. It should be fine.
It's Walmart. Someone could have done this. Someone could have done this and returned it.
It was totally Walmart. Yes. I was like just swinging by and it was just like $7. Like
Every time I've looked for that, it's been like still over $20.
Oh yeah,
that's why I haven't gotten it.
100%.
That's so, I cannot believe this is still that expensive. Like, I can't believe it's $7. So, like, I cannot believe this.
Like, I've even gone as far as checking like Amazon used games and GameStop used games and everywhere. It's over $20. I'm like, well,
bonkers.
I'm not paying $20 for a joke, so fuck that.
So that's yours forever. So enjoy. Art, where can people find us online?
People can find us online on
I didn't even look at it.
Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts by searching The Sticks Podcast.
The screenshots look bad.
You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/SticksGamingVids. You can find us on Twitter at Sticks Podcast.
You can play online with 20
Take
people.
it away.
You can find 20 people playing it.
It looks like
20 skaters at once.
It looks like a higher res PS2 game. Like, seriously, look at that. Like,
That's on purpose.
Awful. That is awful.
Enjoy. Steak final
I
words.
hate you. Oh my god, this is gonna ruin the series for me. But it is nothing like having the shame. And I saw that you can never get rid of those trophies for Life of Black Tiger on your account now.
I got 2.
Guess what? I had no trophies in Poop Slinger.
And like,
so you can never get rid of that. That makes me feel so good.
I got that. I got, what was that? The sexy game you gave me.
Oh, you got the pigeon.
Oh yeah, I got
pigeon
a lot of trophies on Hatful Boyfriend.
Sexy game.
It was like the
not Mr. Minagi.
Miss Massage I gave you.
Yeah. What was the other one?
I don't recall.
I have to look it up. It was. I got some bad trophies.
I have a platinum for Mr. Masagi, by the way. It's one of my like 10 platinums. Can I
Worth it.
Can I toggle that one as a PS3 trophy and swap that out for the Borderlands and
dude, I was playing
zap that into the
when I was
atmosphere?
I was playing Life of Black Tiger, and I got I literally the first trophy was just like, you played the game. Blink. Like,
no! They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, it's like I might
scarf this into your account forever.
And that's why I was like, well, I might as well play an hour or so. Like I was like, I already ruined it. Like, so I might as well.
The funny part is I think that it's not even like, even though you get that trophy right away, I still think it's only like 85%.
Oh yeah.
It's like I think people got it and just never booted it up.
Yeah, I was circle back real quick. I was looking at the Observer ones, and like those trophies are like, whoever got the platinum on that is a maniac. Okay. Because like they had to play that game like a bunch of times and like find all these different collectibles. Like I can't even imagine who did that. God. Anyway, steak final words.
That was it.
All right. So check it out next time for a full review, beginning to end, of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 and what Art got. See you next time, guys.